You've been to that one friend's apartment. You walk in, and there are no dishes in the sink, no random stuff on the counter, and no pile of clothes anywhere. Everything is just in its place, like nobody actually lives there. Except someone clearly does, and somehow they thrive here. And you stood there thinking, how? How do they do this every single day? Because your place is not like that. And you've tried. You really have. But 3 days in, the dishes are back, the laundry is draped over the chair again, and life just kind of happened. Here is what I want you to know. It is not about discipline. It is not about having more time. The people who keep a clean house every day are not grinding through it. Their brain is just running a completely different program than yours. And once you understand what that program actually is, everything changes. Let's be honest about something first. Nobody actually loves cleaning. The people who do it every day are not waking up excited to scrub counters. They are not some rare breed of human who found joy in wiping down bathroom sinks. What they found, and this is the part that most people miss, is that maintaining their space gives them something that has nothing to do with cleanliness at all. It gives them control. It gives them calm. And it gives them a feeling that no matter what chaos is happening out there, in here, things are handled. And once you feel that, you don't stop. Not because you love cleaning, but because you love how it makes you feel. Here is what is actually happening inside the brain of someone who keeps their house clean every day. Your brain does not separate your inner world from your outer world the way you might think. The space you live in is constantly sending signals to your nervous system. Whether you are paying attention or not, environmental psychologists call this cognitive load. Every pile of unread mail, every dirty dish in the sink, everything that has been sitting in the wrong place for 3 days, your brain registers all of it as unfinished business. And unfinished business is mentally expensive. A Princeton University study found that physical clutter actually interferes with your ability to focus. It overloads your visual cortex and quietly drains your mental energy all day long. So, your messy room is not just annoying. It is making you slower, more tired, and more stressed, and you do not even realize it is happening. Flip that around. When your environment is clean and ordered, your brain exhales. It stops scanning for unfinished things. It gets to actually rest. That is why people who maintain a clean space do not just have a nicer home. They think more clearly, they feel calmer, and they have more energy for everything else. But here's the deeper thing happening. The part that explains why some people do this automatically and others cannot seem to make it stick. It is identity. People who keep a clean house every single day have, somewhere along the way, stopped thinking of it as something they do. And they started thinking of it as something they are. They became the kind of person who keeps their space clean. And once that shift happens, the behavior becomes almost effortless. Because we do not have to convince ourselves to act like who we already believe we are. But here is the part nobody talks about. There is a reason so many people reach for a broom or start reorganizing their kitchen when they are stressed, anxious, or emotionally overwhelmed. It is not random, and it is not avoidance. Psychologists call it behavioral activation, using physical action to shift your emotional state. When you are anxious and sitting still, your nervous system stays stuck. But when you get up and do something, especially something with a clear beginning and a visible end, you give your brain a way to discharge that energy. The dishes get done, and something inside you settles. People who clean every day have figured this out, most of them without ever reading a single study about it. They stumbled onto the fact that cleaning their space helps them clean their mind. The external order mirrors something internal. And once you feel that connection, it stops being a chore. Picture this. It is 10 p.m. Long day. You are tired and slightly wound up, and your head is full of everything that happened. You spend 10 minutes tidying up, wiping down the kitchen, and putting things back where they belong, leaving the space exactly how you want to find it tomorrow morning. Suddenly, something shifts. Your brain registers. The day is done. I handled it. It is time to rest. Now, that is not a cleaning habit. That is a mental health practice. Your home is not just where you live. It is a daily message you are sending yourself. about what you believe you deserve. When you walk into a clean, ordered space, you feel it. Something in you relaxes. Something says, this is taken care of. I take care of things. And when you walk into chaos every day, something in you absorbs that too. Even when you stop noticing it consciously, your nervous system never does. The people who keep their house clean every day are not special. They are not more disciplined, more motivated, or more organized by nature. They just made the decision quietly, somewhere along the way, that their space matters, that their environment reflects something about who they are and what they deserve. And that decision changed everything. If this hits somewhere real, subscribe. This is exactly what we talk about here. And if this made you think about the patterns that quietly shape how you feel every day, our last video goes even deeper. We explored the psychology of people who feel completely alone, even in a room full of people, why it happens, what it means, and why the loneliest people are often the ones everyone assumes are doing just fine. If you haven't seen it yet, it is already on your screen. Watch it next.